Montrose again. My third and final interview from this weekend was with one Geoff Dick Durning. He's a stalwart, known as a workhorse and almost a fixture here in the St. John wrestling scene. I hope you do enjoy my interview with this workhorse, dazzling Geoff Dick Durning.
Hello! It's your good friend Montrose Monkington the Third. What are you doing?
Going along with the introduction.
Okay, Montrose Monkington the Third Esquire here, and I'm here with Geoff Durning, interviewing. He's another wrestler here from IHW, and he has the ring name Dick Durning. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Getting that right? You haven't changed or anything in the last little bit?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yep,
all right. So you've been wrestling for quite some time, and I was wondering, how long have you been doing the in-ring graps?
It's about 14 years.
Oh my, that's quite some time. Yeah, you're right up there with Remy the amount of time he's been doing it.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Oh, there we go. So, one of the first things I spoke with the other chaps is that you're traveling on the road. Now you're not traveling as much these days, from my understanding. You're keeping it nice and light and breezy with family life and everything like that, which is good. You know, it's good to be prioritized. But in the 14 years that you've done it, and all the travelings up and down the roads and in packed cars and sharing of accommodations and stuff, what's one of some of the more craziest things that you could relay to us here? Feel free to change the names to protect the innocent or the guilty, as it may be.
Jeez, there's a lot of road stories actually. There was I can tell you one right now. There was one time we were driving to, I believe we were going to St. Andrews for a deception show for XWA in 2010 or 11.
That was a while ago.
And we had pulled over to the side of the road to, relieve ourselves.
Yes,
relieve ourselves.
Right.
And we decided to play like a little prank on the ongoing traffic. And,
oh, that's always wise.
What we did was we had grabbed another guy that was in the car with us, and we had said,
okay.
I wonder if the cars would stop and help out an innocent bystander if he was like getting beat up. You know what I mean? So we started, wailing away on the car, and nobody even stopped. It was crazy. We thought that nobody would even help a poor citizen getting beat up by five guys, and then so we took another rest break about another hour down the road, and the cops showed up and stuck a gun in my face and asked me if I was one of the guys who were beating up the other guy on the side of the road, and thankfully there was a poster in the corner store that we had stopped at.
Oh, thank goodness.
And, they recognized me off the poster, and so I almost got arrested before a heavyweight title defense, and I got a gun shoved in my face that day.
That sounds like a rib gone awry, and actually I spoke with
you know what? The guy actually, when they asked him if he knew us, he said no as a joke. So it was, it was a little.
You could have been counted off to the Huskow.
Well, it would have been.
Has anything ever gone so awry that you have missed a show like that?
The only thing I can really think of that I actually missed a show with is I tore my quad in a street fight that I had, and I couldn't wrestle after that. I couldn't go on the next day.
Well, you know what? That's understandable. At least you weren't in the clink, as they say.
That's right.
All right. So you've been doing this for quite some time, and you've paid quite a bit of dues. You actually were a promoter for longest time there.
Yes.
And what are some of the more harrowing or advice type experiences that you could give coming from that angle? Because you're the only one that I've talked to who's been specifically a promoter. Remy says he helps with promotion, but he's not the promoter per se.
That's a heavy question in your little British accent.
Well, I asked him.
Hard to understand,
I'm better than Pierce Morgan,
Yeah.
Much better.
I would say I haven't been on his talk show.
Well, you're better for it.
I've been interviewed by him, but
he's
I'll
a
take your word
dumpster
for it.
fire of a person.
Okay, awesome. This is off to a great start. All I would say is believe in yourself. Really, believe in yourself.
Well, self-confidence is one of the.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
If you have a good group of guys who you can count on and stuff like that, you can trust. Like they were there to help me out, and I really appreciate that. But if you have a dream, just follow it. You know what I mean?
So the one of the better things that you could do is actually surround yourself with people that you do like to work with, and can just almost like a band of sorts.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Keep it together. Work together, and know when to give and when to take. That sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, sir. That does make a lot of sense, Mr. Durning. Or Geoff. May I call you Geoff?
Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll pronounce the J because it's with a G. I know that. I'm being.
You've done your homework, I see.
Yes. Well, you know what? I am a journalist.
Wait, there's a flea on you.
Oh, come here.
Oh, there you go. Right on, buddy.
Thank you. Oh, I actually missed supper, so that really helped quite a bit. Now you've done promotion. You've been wrestling for quite some time. Could you maybe expound upon the more creative sides of wrestling and the booking? Now, I know that some bookers do it rather, slapped together. They don't give too much of a thought. You, though, have been known to actually write out storylines that go over months.
Yes, I have.
And what kind of process do you have for that?
It's a lot of hard work and determination, that's for sure. A lot of endless nights. I remember sitting in my basement. We'd gather a group of guys, and we'd all sit in the basement. And there was some nights we wrote for 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 sometimes. Missed supper themselves. They come over right after work, and sometimes we didn't stop work until the wee hours of the night.
So you were actually putting in hours off time to make this thing run as smoothly as possible.
Definitely, yes.
Well, I commend you, sir. Good on you. You're following it. It's your passion. It's what you've always done. Now, you've actually had a tryout with WWE before. Is that correct? You were actually
correct, yes.
on the television at one time.
Yes, I was.
Good. That's a huge coup. No one can ever take that away from you. And I say I commend you, sir, to follow your dream like that and to keep that passion in your heart. A lot of people don't do that, and I must say, kudos to you.
Well, thank you.
I'm not blowing this proverbial smoke up your bum either. Good job on you. Now, I'm going to wrap this up here. What is one of the craziest or maybe the most memorable moments you've had in ring as a competitor?
I didn't really perform, but when I was in my WWE tryout, the first time I walked through a curtain and I was in front of like 13 to 15,000 people. I wasn't dressed up in a banana costume or anything like that. But you know what I mean? It was a really good experience for me. And probably the scariest thing I ever did was I jumped off a 15-foot high steel cage.
Oh my.
Yeah, I broke my wrist and other things. Went to the hospital. I left in an ambulance that night.
Goodness.
So that was, but I won.
You won. There you go. You won. That's really the important thing. Now, maybe to put a perspective on it, you had your tryout for WWE, and of course, they pay you well for that sort of thing. The night you broke all that stuff and jumped off a steel cage, you probably just got a standard independent wrestling PO and.
Yeah, I got a little bit extra.
I'm not going to say like what you did because that's very rude and
impertinent. It wasn't what I should have got.
This is what I'm driving at. So really, that stuff you do for the passion, for the craft, definitely. As they say. Good. So, if one thing we can take away from Mr. Durning here and all the other interviews that I've had this evening is that if you're going to pursue something like this, whether it be it wrestling, puppetry, a band, any sort of artistic endeavor, don't think about your hot tub. Think about the craft, the thing that you love to do, because that's where the true success lies, and that's how you should measure your success. Would that be about right?
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. Well, this has been Geoff Dick Durning, and I have been Montrose Monkington III. Thank you for joining us, and more later.
Which part of England are you from, anyway?
Banana Shear upon Hempton, actually.
Oh, yeah.
This is
I have
quite
a cousin that lives there.
Oh, do you? I think I know him. good, sir.
Awesome.
All right. I'll probably edit.
This thus concludes my series for this time around, anyways, with the IHW folks who came out to St. John to put on a good show this past weekend. And hopefully, in the future, I'll be able to get out and interview some more folk like Julian Young or Chris Hicks or some of those folks. Really, really interesting folks with some good stories and a lot of love and passion for the craft that they do. Thank you. More later.